Okay.
Well, yeah, that worked so well we tried that on Akumura's shadow. Yeah, she's pretty clueless about that whole thing. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to find out the culprit in all of this mess. Pretty much nobody has any clues. I mean, maybe it is someone we know. Oh yeah, I'm sure Yusuke's gonna go all out on this one. Unless it's drunk guy all along. But, oh, more shogi on TV. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. We finished up Saya's Palace last time, and this time we're gonna be getting a massage from Kawakami and doing something tonight, and then tomorrow we'll be heading back into the dungeon. Because we'll be going to Mementos.
Oh.
I promised I'd tell Saya about buying drinks from vending machines at least once, but tonight I'm gonna be getting ahead of the guide on Fortune because I'm not able to rank up Hangman. I'll need to rectify both that and Devil. The thing is, I'm intentionally getting behind on Devil anyway. I want to delay that because of reasons, I'll just say. Little do they know that the Great Akechi has been, yeah, directly helping those Phantom Thieves. Well, don't worry, we're gonna be helping her, eventually. It's getting closer and closer to the point where we can help her. Haven't checked in with you yet. Oh no, it's that thing. You know what, let's see if he bites. Let's see, how ridiculous his location is. Well, I mean, we're not involved with the investigation. And I'm just getting a Fortune persona, by the way. But we happen to know anyway, though it's unlikely he'd ever believe us. I was still hoping to find out where he thinks the Phantom Thieves' hideout is, because I'm sure it's hilarious. Also, the Death Aura is emitting a strange light. Okay then. Well, if you know the tarot symbolism, you'll know that it means change rather than literal death, but still, the awakening of the Death Arcana in Persona 3 meant a pretty dire turning point in the story, so, we should still be pretty worried. Now, this being a rank 9, it's also her platonic versus romantic root split.
Yes. The thing is...
So, like the inverse of their brainwashing sessions, an unbrainwashing session.
It's just...
Okay, there's still a few of them left. Yeah, I get the feeling that Fukurai wasn't the entirety of the operation. And finally, we get the 100,000 yen we invested into this link to start it. Yeah, you do get that back, but by this point it's so late that money isn't really much of an object anyway.
No.
Are these the faction that was still brainwashed? Yeah, my guess is that they all went to luxury mansions for people named Fukurai. Oh no, now once again Joker's being accused of corrupting one of his confidants. What you say here doesn't actually matter. Well, I mean, at least they still revere her, and she can use that to her advantage to stop this brainwashing, or they could just do this. Yeah, they revere her, but in the wrong way. This is another one of those situations where I would like to see what this dialogue was like in Japanese. There are several regional dialects in Japanese that often get translated to this kind of country accent in English.
Oh,
But that's the wrong arcana for this Confidant.
I'm here with you.
I'm glad that she's making an effort to make up for everything she did. I mean, I have heard that it is generally quite hard to undo the damage a cult does to someone. But these are just the first steps. But again, you know what they say, life will change. Yeah, she does perform a kind of therapy for her clients. And this is why saying, "You're just Chihaya to me," is one of the flags to unlock her romance. And this is something that I actually have to mention, is that I've seen some people commenting on my Chihaya rejection video saying that actually you do have to choose both of her flags. Some people have said they only selected "Hell yeah I do" for liking older women, and that didn't unlock the romance. You need to choose "You're just Chihaya to me" as well. And here is the point where the roots split. And if you didn't get both of her romance flags and you try and romance her, she'll just suspect that, like, her parents sent you to check up on her. It's actually kind of cool how all of the rejections are different. Oya is basically the only person who, straight up rejects you. Yeah, is fortune telling the only reason you come to see me? Unlike the Death Confidant, though, there is no way to back out. If you say this one, you are locked into her romance route, so we've got to say this to get her friend zone route. I think with that older women comment earlier, it is implied that Chihaya does have feelings for Joker before this point, but at least her rejecting her isn't nearly as painful as it is for most of the Persona 4 girls, because she does seem to take it pretty well.
Well then. Until next time.
Yeah, she still sounds very cheerful. And you still get a phone conversation regardless which route, and it still gives points, though we already have enough points for the next rank anyway, thanks to those sparkles. I love that sparkle system, though. Like, I don't think I've really gone into that before, but Persona 3 and 4 didn't have anything like that directly indicates to you when you've unlocked the next rank, and I like that. The game doesn't really fully explain it to you, but you can kind of tell by the different audio cue and slight visual cue. Yeah, so here I'm planning on it. Don't say I want one of those stones. But yeah, if you're on the romance route, the option is I wanted to hear your voice too. But yeah, like, she's still really happy and cheerful about all of this. It's not like, again, I still keep ragging on Persona 4's platonic roots, but it's just like, why did they make it so that you have to, like, rip out their hearts and stomp on them in order to get the platonic roots with all the girls in Persona 4? Deleted by admin again. Oh, wow. Eventually it's gonna dip below 10%.
Whoa!
No, actually Yoshida is, but unfortunately Yoshida just doesn't seem as popular. Yeah, so Shido's new party is called the United Future Party, which I don't think is really based on anything in particular. It's kind of just a Persona 5 thing. It's kind of funny because within this universe, I kind of want regime change, but I definitely don't want it to come via apprehension of the Phantom Thieves or by, well, any politician besides Yoshida, really. Oh, okay, so before I go to Mementos, yeah, we're not going to worry about that. There is something that I have to do. Because it's going to... Wow, okay, I'm used to Futaba being savage, but Yusuke's getting a jab back in. You two get along so well. I mean, I do kind of see why people ship them now. I'm not really a Futaba Yusuke shipper, but, yeah, I can kind of see it. Well, yeah, Makoto definitely gets anxious. She just, yeah, she just shows it in a different way. That's not how I raised you. Futaba still has great dialogue. But yeah, I recently watched a video about the Priestess Arcana characters in Persona and how they fit more into kind of Japanese Yamato Nadeshiko archetypes, and so might not be as popular in the West. Oh yeah, they've added a new thing to the blackboard here. Shido here. Basically, he just says, Watashi ni, I think that's Watashi ni makase nas, like, I think he's saying leave it to me. So, like, if you notice the title of the video, this is a Mementos part, kind of, but I'm going to be doing some fusing in the real world beforehand. I think this is actually one of my favorite, yeah, I really wanted to show this conversation because this guy actually wants to defend the Phantom Thieves in court. Because he approves of them rising up against society. Yeah, we actually have a lawyer on our side. It's kind of an easy conversation to miss, but it's a pretty nice one. So, I want to do some fusing in the real world because then I want to set off a fusion alarm with Celestial Reading, and I don't want the alarm to be happening now because then I might get some accidents trying to fuse Seth. I want to fuse the material for Seth, and then I want to trigger the alarm and then fuse Seth during an alarm. Because I don't care about the alarm being active while I'm making the components for Seth, just for Seth itself. So in order to get high counter onto Seth for the Strength Confidants, I need to turn Dakini into either Anubis, Thoth, or Horus. Now, a way to turn Dakini into Horus involves Pazuzu, but if you have DLC installed, that actually won't work. But I found out that Dakini plus Pixie makes Anubis, and Dakini plus Silky or Apsaras makes Thoth. I'm going to use Pixie because she's cheapest. Literally my cheapest persona. So okay then, with this, I can go Pixie, Dakini to make Anubis.
Do you really need this?
Yes, I do.
Select the skills.
And I need to make sure, actually Striking Weight's not really going to help, Seth, because Seth's more gun-focused. Guess I can just put on Deathly Illness for reasons, but yeah, high counter. And as you can see, no Arcana burst from this, since we still haven't canonically established the Judgment Confidant. That's, in, yeah, about 2 weeks. And now I need Dice Soldier from Hierophant, because Dice Soldier plus Jatayu, which I happen to already have, should make Horus. There we go.
Not terrible.
Horus was the only one I was missing, and I love the way Horus looks in this game, how it's just a glowing beacon of light.
Girls, let us begin.
And so, I'm obliged to say, by the light of Horus, you will kneel before us. And you can't even see it here either. You can't even see the bird part. It's just a giant glowing sun. I think Horus shows up as an enemy in, I think it was, Digital Devil Saga? Because I think it appears in the ship dungeon in that game. Hammer on. I suppose I don't need diorama. I think this is actually the first time I've got Megadola on Joker. Suppose I can take Hammer on plus Hammer boost.
Is this what you'll withdraw this?
And I am grabbing Orobas
Is this a fee?
and Necromata just so I have them to itemize when the alarm goes off.
What shall we do?
And so now, Money Reading and Celestial Reading. Yes, I'm sure it's all because of that media frenzy over the Phantom Thieves and being smeared as being dangerous. Well, I already got one of those via the Crane game. So now, I'm gonna go to the hideout.
Oh yeah, all we gotta do now is send the calling card.
Because it's important to do this as soon as you reach the treasure in Sire's Palace.
So, when do you want to send it? The earlier the better, right?
No. In my opinion, we should wait until right before the time limit.
May I ask your reasoning behind that idea?
Well, you see, the story is written so that the interrogation always happens on the 19th of November, and so completing the palace any earlier would break the timeline. However, there is an in-universe reason why, too.
Sai-san is a realist, even if she believes the Phantom Thieves exist. Do you think she knows how they steal hearts? Furthermore, there is a chance she expects that she herself will be targeted.
So because her heart is ready for any possibility, the calling card might not have enough effect?
I only say that theoretically, but I believe so. Hence, it would be prudent for us to wait until we are driven into a corner to act. If we do so with no time to spare, I assume even Sai-san would have to be somewhat agitated.
Ensuring the treasure actually appears. That sounds quite logical. Impressive, Akechi-kun. Though, it is a bit vexing that you know more about my sister than I do.
That's only because of my work as a detective.
Plus, she hates me now, so I've looked into her weaknesses.
Well then, if our time limit is November 20th, and we act the day after sending the calling card, shall we send it out on the 18th?
We should prepare as much as we can before then. Well, I can't complain about having more time. Make sure you're ready, everyone.
So, with that, we're forced to send a calling card on the 18th and infiltrate the palace on the 19th. That is always when the boss fight of Sire's Palace will take place, again to keep continuity with the flash forwards. But we're gonna go to Mementos now. So first, let's go over all the requests. So this is gonna take quite a while. It's kind of cool there's a unique conversation for this. Also, yeah, this is going to be Akechi's first time in here. Ah, the ex-mercenary assassin. Does he really act like a homeless man, though? He seemed to be pretty terrified the last time we talked to him.
Really?
Human incarnation of greed. Wait, no, wasn't that Okumura?
I'm on board. Listen up.
Oh, okay, yeah, we actually have this. It's been a while since then, I kind of forgot. Suda, yeah, so this guy's a professional Yakuza guy, and Iwai and his family might die if we don't do something about him. Yeah, we've already gone up against a real criminal multiple times so far, but still.
Nice. Listen up.
And we also have Oya's boss. Now, some of these people are going to be in earlier areas of Mementos and are going to be quite easy fights. So, yeah, I'll be taking care of the easy ones in this part.
What did you say?
Oh, I like how Yusuke is the one who comments here also, now Makoto's being the broken record. It's less memey than Yusuke being the broken record, but still. Oh yeah, this one. For some reason I was kind of expecting that Haru would comment on that one.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and we didn't get a conversation for a mother's aggression because we technically already discussed it with the thieves as part of his confidants. So, these are all the requests we've got. We've got a couple of C ranks, a few B ranks, some A ranks, including a mother's aggression. Yeah, she's the one that I kind of mistook for, because I guess, both the Karens seem alike to me. But I kind of mistook her for Hifumi's mother in terms of, like, gameplay. And, yeah, Hifumi's mother still turned out to be a challenge, but, Shinya's mother's also pretty tough. And she's primarily the physical attacking one. And a new area has been unlocked. Looks kind of small, though. Might be bigger on the inside. Oh, that wasn't voiced that time. Well, you know what they say, no such thing as bad publicity. A lot of the public knows about us, yeah, as Arn's saying. Even though they don't like us, they still know us, and thus our notoriety is increased. And Akechi doesn't even get a voiced introduction to Mementos.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Before we head in, though, I'm going to take care of something particularly special. Yes, I do desire to be imprisoned, if only so I can fuse Seth, and, I guess, free the shackles on your hearts. Which I suppose is what it's implying by the Confidants, like the chains breaking when you get to rank 10. But, here we go. Guillotine, Advanced Fusion. Gonna have to pay for Isis and Thoth.
You okay with this?
But yeah, here is Seth. Gun amp plus one-shot kill is nice, especially since gun boost is pretty easy to get a skill card for. I think you can get that off of non-alarm White Rider. So that's going to cost a little bit, but I also don't have to pay for special treatment because I'm above its level. So, okay then. I could make for a decent Nyx attack with intense focus. I've got Garudine and Freydine. But again, I do need to make sure to carry over high counter. Oh, I can bring in charge and concentrate. I'll take both, I guess. So I might not be keeping my other charge and concentrate persona forever. Yeah, still, Seth looks pretty great in this game. Though I feel like he probably should be Set, because given the fusion combination, he's probably meant to represent the Egyptian god Set. I feel like Garudine's gonna turn into a multi-target skill and then I'd ruin my Intense Focus build. Intense Focus is actually objectively one of the better sources of damage even in the late game. Yeah, here's the issue. I have to keep high counter at least until I turn him in for the request, so I'm gonna have to get rid of Masaku Kaja. And I do not need Fire Break. Fortify Spirit's gonna be useless once I have Asura for, it's basically just a worse version of Unshaken Will, but still. Okay, so with that, now let's go to the electric chair.
Strive for more.
And yeah, I can itemize a Robust for a Marakunda skill card, which I'll
resulting
definitely
card
want to
may
start
be
duplicating with
different than
Yusuke.
This will be its new now.
And then I want to make sure I get, well, I want to try and get the poor Omba because I tried to get that earlier and it accidented. So I kind of want to get it for real this time. That's why I bought Nekomata out of the compendium. Special shot belt.
This will become an even more powerful accessory.
Triple shot belt's also good. Yeah, some of the non-alarm accessories are just as good, if not better, than the alarm versions. Both one-shot kill and triple down have their uses. Triple down, as I said in Haru's bio, is stronger when it's not critting.
Begin searching.
I could actually, with Null Ice, make a no-weakness persona with 2 auto skills and internal hypnosis.
Choose which skills to inherit.
And I'll need this for Asura later on. I guess I do kind of like the scroll and calligraphy brush design of this guy. Actually, that was the one skill that I wanted to get rid of, so yeah, I'll take that. Gatling Blow. That's kind of, I think, better than Swift Strike in Royal. And I don't need Attack Master because Auto Mataru is just the same thing but better. And I don't need Ice Wall because Null Ice, at least for yourself, is the same thing but better. Oh, and Enduring Soul too, that's pretty solid. Okay, I'm getting a guarantee. Of course, they just don't want me to get the poor bomber, don't they? Okay, I don't need Kushinada, so let's go for some guaranteed stat boosts on Seth.
Well,
although Stone of Scorn gives more stats, so I'll use it instead.
Then let us begin. Well now, a most unexpected turn of events.
I needed the alarm to go away so that I could rank up strengths anyway, so let's do this. Yeah, I normally do this during Sire's Palace, rank 10 I mean.
Hey.
I still love that voice clip.
That's it! That's the persona we asked for! You really made it?
Yes, and I did it the hard way too. The way that people generally do this is that beating the assassin homeless guy boss gives the high counter skill card, and you can just use that on Seth.
The inmate with all those pitiful personas actually managed this.
I wouldn't call all of those Pinch Anchor Thermopylae setups pitiful.
I guess I can compliment you this time.
well done. You have far exceeded our original expectations. This may not be a proper thing to say to an inmate, but you have done extraordinary work.
You're a real handful, but I gotta give you some credit.
As for the next task we will assign to you, there is nothing. You have fulfilled every duty available to you. As the ones who rule over power, our role is... rule over... power. Why did I say that?
Because that's what all the Velvet attendants say? I mean, I don't think it's that strange.
A voice is echoing in my head.
Justine?
It is nothing. Just my head. These memories. The one who first wrote this list. It was me? Or was it us? Just... what are we? My apologies.
Don't worry. This has happened to me too. Inmate! This is all your fault for not keeping your mouth shut!
Caroline, do not shift the blame onto him.
I hope you know you're a real handful, inmate. But fine. I'll grant you that privilege. We've really gone soft, huh?
Perhaps Perhaps you are too embarrassed to admit how much his concern pleased you. No! Anyway, we're gonna give you a great ability this time. You're gonna cry tears of joy when you get it.
They're actually not exaggerating here.
And, inmate, there's no doubt you're a problem child. But honestly, we're real impressed that you conquered all the trials we put forth. You hold a surprisingly great potential. So, fight. I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish anything you put your mind to. And you'd better put a stop to the ruin, okay?
I knew she was gonna say that.
Trickster, I believe in you. Prove to us that you can reach the truth. We will be waiting for you. I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of strength, granting thee infinite power.
Feels like we were close to something very big then, but it's none of our concern right now. Instead, we should concern ourselves with breaking the game even further with VIP treatment. And being able to fuse a persona with one of the best traits in the game.
Zao Gongen!
Shugendo is an aesthetic Japanese religious sect founded by En no Ozuno. It's a syncretic religion, which means it combines beliefs from multiple other religions and philosophies. In this case, Shinto Kami, local folk religions, mountain worship, and Buddhism. Practitioners are called Yamabushi, which is what the Great Master class in Fire Emblem Fates is based on. Shugendo venerates Gongen, incarnations of Buddhas as Japanese kami, and one of the most important is Zao Gongen, the protector of Mount Kimpusen, and a manifestation of the historical Buddha, Kanon, and Miroku. As the ultimate form of the Strength Arcana, Zao Gongen's trait is Undying Fury, a better version of Striking Weight. It boosts physical damage by 30%. Important to know about this trait is it only works on physical attacks, not gun skills, even though they're buffed by charge. And speaking of charge, there is another ultimate persona trait called Will of the Sword that raises charge and concentrate damage. Even while charged, Undying Fury is objectively stronger than Will of the Sword for physical attacks. So if you're going for fully optimal endgame builds, this is the trait you want on every physical persona, while Will of the Sword is better for gun and magic builds. Speaking of gun builds, Zao Gongen learns gun amp, but no gun skills, so you'll have to pass down one-shot kill or triple down to him through other means. The rest of his learn set is equally weird, as it's oddly magic-focused for a persona that leans so much towards strength and agility. Marakidyne, Blazing Hell, and even a Despair attack? God's Hand, though, is probably the only physical skill he ever needs, and Enduring Soul is always good to have. When itemized, he turned into accessories that give access to some of the best physical skills in the game, but Ryuji already learns God's Hand, and Yusuke gets his own colossal tier physical skill, so I find the God's Hand belt less useful than you'd think. Gigantomachia is a little more reliable than Ryuji's strongest area attack though. Overall, what you really want from Zao Gongen is Undying Fury. If you spread this around to a certain broken 8-hitting physical persona, then things get very, very busted.
Be careful not to lose focus. You're still in rehabilitation till you can get out from behind the bars. Got that, inmate?
I mean, I'm pretty sure with special treatment we'd be able to summon like a over level 90 Lucifer and smash through these bars anyway, but still. Or, you know, a bazooka. You could, you know, make a bazooka out of that out of that kitty and use that to destroy the bars. But okay then, we now have another max Confidant, and it's time to head into Mementos to take down the easier targets, but it's time for the promised costume first. In fact, this is our first time showing costumes on Akechi. We exhausted the mainline Persona games last time, but not the spin-off outfit, so it's time for Persona 4 Dancing All Night costumes. Okay, Akechi's in particular is kind of insane. Also Ryuji looks like a rapper. Then we got Yusuke too, and Makoto with that queen, and then, yeah, Joker's, like, I like Joker's as well. It's simple, but it works. Oh, I don't have Futaba's equipped yet. Because, yeah, Futaba gets one too. She gets 90s hipster. And Morgana becomes that. Okay, we got 2 targets on Kaito. That's the power of Celestial reading. Okay, let's find out who's up first. Oh, yeah, it's Suda. Okay, then.
Hey.
So, who wants to face the Yakuza guy?
Right.
I think I'll bring Ryuji for this, and honestly, I think this party actually works the best for that. Because I feel like Yusuke would probably want to be involved in this, and Makoto, she definitely like to take down some Yakuza people. And I need to start with Komoku 10, because he's my new double auto persona. I'm the Hashiba clan second in command. My Yakuza intro said so. It's kind of interesting this guy's acting that way because, like, I've heard that sometimes Yakuza in Japan is stereotyped as actually usually leaving civilians out of things. This guy just wants to lord over everyone just because he's Yakuza. But also, he's kind of like Mishima taken to extremes. In that he just doesn't want to be seen as a loser, but he's killing people over it.
I'll kill you, goddamn king!
Well, yeah, just as he says. So, this guy, as I said, apparently doesn't really have a weakness, and seems to be immune to ailments as well. So, actually, haven't really been able to show this yet.
I'm pumped up.
Yeah, everyone has unique voice clips for charge and concentrate. Okay, good thing I didn't bring Arn to this. He's probably going to end up going down very, very quickly anyway.
Alright.
I'm going to kind of try to go for that new Seth thing that I... In fact, you know what?
Focus!
Everyone's charging except Ryuji, but he'll get his chance eventually. Let's see how much Zio does. Yeah, he's gonna go down super quickly. I don't think I'm even gonna be able to get all my charges off. Yep. You're meant to... It's kind of weird because despite the massive stat requirement for getting to this point in EY's Confidant, needing max guts. Also, we get a really cool version of the Persona 4 victory theme for these costumes. Yeah, it's quite an easy Mementos mission, so it feels like... I feel like there's a lot in the game that kind of suggests you were supposed to start EY's Confidant earlier. It's really just the level 4 guts requirement. If it wasn't for that, because you meet him quite early, I just kind of feel like, yeah, that the game anticipates you starting this a lot earlier than you tend to do. The world of the Yakuza has been taken over by intellectuals. That reminds me a lot of a Japanese drama called My Boss, My Hero, where a Yakuza boss is so dumb he has to go back to high school. Incognito. weird rap. But yeah, this one hasn't quite been resolved yet because, like, this one, I'll talk more about it once I do the next rank up with EY, because it's kind of an interesting case of how we need to be very careful about how we use the whole change of heart thing.
Now's our chance! Beat him up! You oppose us! You can't finish it! Keep that
Cold!
Skull's on ice! We can't move! Amazing, Joker!
Do it!
They're done for!
I did say that Reach Out to the Truth fans shouldn't be disappointed by the regular P4 outfits giving time to make history early on, and this is why. You do still get a variant of Reach Out to the Truth through the Dancing All Night outfits, and I think it's the version that plays in the final boss fight of Dancing All Night. Yes, that game has a final boss. It's got a surprisingly good story too, which I haven't played before and I really need to at some point. But yeah, I like this version of Reach Out to the Truth.
Excellent.
I just ran past it and I was like, yeah, I have to show more of that afro because it's so ridiculous. There are costumes based on Persona 5 dancing with the new Royal DLC that you will have by default if you have the new ports of this game. So there's that, but yeah, I still like the Persona 4 dancing outfits.
Hey, is school fun?
Well, it's been getting better, I guess.
Oh hey, it's nice to hear Ryuji thinks school's getting better.
Starting the search.
Okay, I am very glad whenever Futaba activates that on a floor Jose is, because I need to get to Jose quickly. I have not had a chance to show off the amazingness
Courses through me.
that is the Ring of Greed.
Careful.
Well, you didn't see a shadow no more. And we'll be able to, yeah, Crystal of Greed, here we go. Please upgrade this. It's nothing special now, but after this upgrade, it becomes one of the best accessories in the game. Yes, today you've learned about greedy corporations, which I suppose is something you need to learn about if you want to know more about humans in this day and age.
Doing good?
Yes, I am now I have this. So, Ring of Greed gives President's Insights, also Attack Master. But, next magical attack deals over double the damage for one ally. Now, let's see if I can demo this in a fight. I'm sure Haru's gonna have painful memories in more ways than one by equipping this, but she can't get Concentrate without the Jazz Club, and I was a little too late for that, so this is the closest she gets to having Concentrate. But the cool thing about it is, not only does it effectively let you give any party member that you want Concentrates, it also lets you cast Concentrate, it's the same price as Concentrate SP-wise too, on yourself or any ally. Effectively, it's Dona Magikai from Shin Megami Tensei 5. And it also summons Okuma's Corporobos. But yeah, now Arn was concentrated before she even got a turn. Now it is going to be drained by those Cerberuses, but this explosion's going to finish them.
And so much damage!
So yeah, like, it's an amazing accessory. Now this should be the journalist. Yes, it is.
What a jerk.
Yeah, why is he covering things up? So I don't want to bring Arn here. I guess I can bring Morgana, and, yeah, you know what? Haru's had to deal with some bad journalism over, people hounding her after her father's death, so yeah, let's bring her to this too.
Yeah.
Snooping as usual, I guess.
You're making me look bad.
Making me look bad. Okay, so he doesn't seem to be directly involved in that incident. He just wants to avoid angering the higher-ups to keep his job. Yeah, seems like a lot of people in this society. Also, Morgana's sword is clipping through his afro.
Who's next?
Speaking of Morgana, though...
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
No, he's not really that strong. Yeah, oh, actually, I should have gone back to you, but that's fine. I had a feeling, but this guy is weak to wind. And with that, this really shouldn't... Oh, actually, he does have a lot more health than I anticipated. Let's see... Speaking of clipping, your axe is clipping through the ground. And let's see how much a baton pass and triple down does. Pretty good damage.
Persona.
He's up next, huh? Well, this might even finish him. There we go, down! Yeah, another one of these Mementos requests you're supposed to do a lot earlier, so I'm pretty overpowered for this one. We're back to being over a millionaire, though, which is great.
Have a choice.
Yeah, that's sadly a truth in a lot of places now. Maybe he was secretly jealous of her, the fact that she was still concerned about integrity and the truth, and she didn't feel all that, you know, pressure to conform. Yeah. Yep, she reminded me of who you used to be before... Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. I was just expecting that you were just all young and idealistic and then became a cynic in the corporate world, but also your wife cheated on you. Invigorate 3 is kind of an okay skill card, though. That completes fighting for truth in journalism. That's everyone taken care of in this area. So, let's head back to the Mementos entrance. I've got everything else in that area. So we've taken care of 2 targets, we had 7 coming in, so we've got 3 in Exarioth and 3 in the next area. I think I'm going to rectify things here and finally get that poor Omba. I still think poor Zuka is a better name. And then I think I'll take care of the rest of the targets next time.
Pursue rehabilitation.
Because we've still had quite a lot of events in this part.
Always strive for more.
Not least of which being,
This weapon
getting
is
a
more
max
powerful
confidant.
Ah, so perhaps
Finally,
this is a bit
give me
excessive.
this. Sorry, Nakamata. Sorry that an innocent cat had to be, skinned to make this, grenade launcher. I can make Pale Rider now without having to pay for special treatment, so... Yeah, let's go
Choose
for
which
that.
skills to inherit.
So we've got a literal Grim Reaper here. And the whole concept of, like, reaping comes from, like, harvest scythes. No, I kinda need Dizzy Boost for the build that I'm running here with Dazzler. Yeah, there's a unit in, Brain Shake is kinda okay. Don't think I really need, Abysmal Surge. There's a unit in, I already have that in other things, I suppose, in one of the Warhammer games that is kinda like this. It's the Khan Wraith, I think. And it has an ability that's called Reaped Like Corn, which I think sounds just impossible to take seriously for like a Dark Grim Reaper figure.
Shoot for the stars.
And with a sacrifice, I can get Enduring Soul on
may
this
be
guy.
somewhat grisly.
I feel like it's unlikely I'll be using Revolution. Regenerate 2 might help. I will definitely take Deadly Fury. I don't really have room for that. Or that. And I'm going to intentionally get an accident here just to see what I get. I thought it would just be an incense. Yeah, those unique skill items must be very rare. I'm so lucky I got Taunting Aura earlier in the playthrough. In fact, I haven't shown Akechi's Taunting Aura lines yet. I'm going to be equipping that on him and showing that next time. Well, he even has an A necklace. Yeah, so see you all next time for more Mementos. And also Akechi likely being a smug a-hole.